Alright, let's try this again. So, today's the 8th of the 8th month, 2018, if you didn't know. Today, I'm going to give you a track update. I've done a lot of stuff. Let me just put my phone silent. Hello to anybody watching. I've got a track update to do, some piano testing, and some more grooves to make. Yes, more grooves. I love making rhythm. It's one of my favorite things. Now I know that this is good. So I got this Grand Rhapsody a long time ago. I got it with a whole heap of other things from Waves they had a sale on. They always have fucking sales. They're the best. I love Waves plugins. A lot of people like the free stuff. The free stuff's good, but give credit where credit is due and pay that fucking credit. Otherwise, they ain't gonna keep making this shit. So yeah, that's why I do it. Alright, let's give you guys an update before I open this. This is a really, really good piano. I really like it. Just threw my side chain on it, a little bit of delay. I adjusted the delay as well. I had it on no gain, no auto gain, but I just set it to -12 and sort of gave everything a bit more push through the mix and set it to a reverb. It's at full volume, so it might be a bit loud. I better just check that actually. So you can hear there's actually not much reverb being pushed through. It's just it's my short reverb. You can see here, S-verb. I recommend you always have up to 3 reverbs running at any particular time. I mean, if I wanted to, if you think of like how silent works, the reason why I sometimes put 2 reverbs after one another, or sometimes with vocals I put up to 4 of the same instance. Like I only usually ever use 2 reverbs as sends, like 2 different short and long, but I might use them a few times just to sort of keep pushing and pushing and pushing the envelope out. And that's what this is basically about. Like, this is what I'm about to explain. So let's say you're at -20, and you like, I'm just playing an F sharp chord minor, because I'm going to have an offset stab, an offset stab. I like the way that this envelope is going right now. Okay. Now I'm going to send it to my long verb. So everything happens in a chain. It goes down the chain of command. Now you just, because there's 2 reverbs on this to actually do the same thing that I'm doing here, push it right out. This one's very short at the end, I think. So I'll send it from here into this one, and I'll just slowly add the verb in until it creates a little bit more fullness in the verb, but it'll be a different space again. So this is my way of mixing and sort of putting a mixed gel on the sound. See, it has like a second envelope. It tails right off. It works with a delay a lot better. And the sustain of this is pretty much where I want it. The sustain of this pedal. So basically, what I'm about to do. It's a really good fucking plug. Love it. Okay, this. We'll go over the track first, very quickly. So I've been busy. I'm up to 128 channels now. I think last episode I went over these chords. We put the chords in, and after that I was happy with the chords, how they play, because I'm not really much of a melody man. I'm more of a groove type person. I just sort of play straight chords and let them be appreciated or something, and I just sort of let that tell the story. But sometimes that's not enough. So I've got a bit experimental here. I have made, if you count from the start, there's 4 grooves in this one section here that play together, and then I've bounced them down to here. Just turn my automation off. Shortcut to automation is just A, I believe. If anybody wanted to know. Yeah, so I basically done the exact same thing that I've done every other time when I bounce a track to audio. I bounce it, but I don't normalize it. And then what that does is that leaves all your dynamic range in, because sometimes a normalizer can't be trusted unless it's already been rendered out, like unless the clip's already been rendered out and it has all its artifacts in it and things like that. But and I mean good artifacts, not bad artifacts, because there is such a thing. So from there, I put some EQ on, which if we go to automation, this is where all the automation EQ is happening. It's just on the cutoff, so I can accentuate what I've done. Put a bit more stereo image on it. As you can see, now I'm up to the point where I would low cut most of my stuff and have it sit better in the mix. Sometimes I don't low cut as much as I do in stereo as I do in mono, because I want the translation to sort of be a bit wider, from like 500 to say 100. So I might go like this. I do this with kicks too. So split this, and let's say I'll pull this back to here. I'll do that here, like so. I usually only use about half, but I think I might even go less than that. And yeah, I just do that. So I'm not entirely sure where that is, but it's a little fuzz wire. Yeah, so about there. So taking some of the, this is going to be highly accentuated if you sit it in a cut where there's already a mono decay, a mono deduction. It accentuates the fact that I've just boosted I've pretty much boosted half of that. So it's really up here if you think about gain levels or deduction, whatever. So yeah, I do that a lot. This helps with when it comes to your multi-bay compression, because it changes it changes where this particular sound gets compressed and then accentuated again in its gain stage in different areas, which if you go ahead and look at a goniometer, if you can't see the difference, then you've got to take a look again and try it again. So we are up to here. Alright, so I've done all that to my effects, to pretty much every synth part that was happening. This is a left and right channel, that's why they look different. And as you can see, I just mono and stereo, I just cut it straight off at 140. Done the screeches too. You notice it's more like an old transistor being distorted than an actual layered square tooth. I love morphing sound. Okay. Then I have together. So this is the exact same. Sorry, it's here. So this should be up here. So this goes into this. Okay. Just because it tails into a different area of EQ. So this is pretty much all in. It's 100% 20 hertz to 20k. So this one sort of filters right down to here, and it plays with the vocals. Take the solo off.
Sound waves are distorted.
Sorry for the very loud vocals. So yeah, as you can see, this chain here for the vocals, just like there's a delay, there's a short verb, there's a long verb, there's another delay, because I wanted to push the reverb and give the reverb a reflection, other than what you can do in the plugin. Then I put another short verb on, then a long verb, and then just that. It just needed a little bit more for my liking for this track. So yeah. Then the chords that I made, which are just here. I needed to. I quite heavily EQ'd them, like just in particular ranges, just to bring out their hidden, the hidden gems that I like. I think I used 5 or 7 instances of silence and different waves to sort of tables and things like that, just to make that chord. And I think I found that the cabinet amp that I had made that play along with it and give it some bite wasn't giving it enough bite. So instead of sort of going in and fiddling with the sound, I decided, and this is what I do a lot of the time, I decided to keep all this because it was quite mono. So I wanted to keep that way, but instead of sort of doing what I would do and just split the image left and right, so duplicate it and maybe put some delay on it on one side and EQ the other a different way. I didn't want to do that this time because it's already quite thick, but I just decided to treat the stereo image a bit more, which I've done here, put some limiting on it, compression, because it goes from this to this. And I had to develop the sound so it would not lose so much in its in the tremolo that I used. So done all the pluck bits, which is here. And another thing too, like the fact that I had used some more sawtooths to create, I think it's something there, to create like a side lead for this plug. Took up quite a bit of space, but I still wanted to retain what I had done with the chorus. So yeah. Then I added this, which it is just a modified preset of this here. I threw some distortion on it, took all this away. I think I might bring it back a bit. It just sort of opens and closes the cutoff on different the same rate but at different points. So one goes up, one goes down, and vice versa. Put some just a short chorus on it. Modified the EQ table. Kept the reverb on it. The reverb was nice, and I think I kept the compression. Also added just a single sine wave, modified the filter. It was a bandpass filter. Also changed it to negative 24 decibel per octave, and added 4 voices to a sawtooth wave. But I think this was in stereo, and it was slightly detuned as well. So after all that, basically just added a bit more squelch. Like if you hear this without this, it adds more in about a K to 2K, which that's what I was after. So instead of just EQing it in there, I thought I would just change it a bit. Now, the last thing, actually I think that's it. Just turn that off because I don't need that anymore. And what I was doing before was just making this little pluck piece. Now I don't know if I'll use that. I might use it in the breakdown or something for the mix out. So all that's left for me to do now, the idea that I had was basically when everything hits like this, I just basically wanted to have either a quarter note or eighth note stat with the piano. But it'll probably be a bit higher, I think. Yeah, maybe not that high. And I'm going to we'll try it over here because this is so. The whole chorus is probably going to be probably another 8 bars. 8 bars here, so another piece over here, and then it will do a short transition, maybe even transition between the mix out and breakdown. So it just sort of goes here and then goes straight into mix out. So what I'm going to do here is split all this and decide whether or not I want this for another bar, and then have this over here, or have this, then put the piano here. So we'll see. And that's the whole thing about the other groove, which the mix out groove will probably have utilised a lot of this piano to go to mix out and back into the pluck, which will be more of this one. Okay. Yeah, this one here. So what you can do is, because I've already rendered all this out, I can just basically go chop and put it over here. It's the beauty of having audio instead. Like, that's I think why a lot of people like Cubase. But I just prefer Logic. That's how I roll. Okay. So I need these chords actually. So I'm going to chop them, bring them down, copy them. If you want to copy, just left click, option left click, sorry, and just drag. So now I'm just going to turn the channel down while I chop and chop and chop. Wow, good with that. So if you want to do what I just done here, you basically select the notes, you hit Command, which gives you, to make sure your second tool is your scissors tool, So select, hit Command, and then hold your left click, and then hit the Option button. But let's say you wanted to chop it in half there, you wouldn't use that command. If you wanted any more than 4 notes, or say 3, and you would do, say I want this note, then that note, then that note, you would chop it here, and that's how it chops. And you get that little plus. Okay, so it should stab now to a 16th. Play it on the right header. Alright, so I'll bring this back. So I'm going to make this piano quite big. I'm just going to solo a band in stereo range. And just listen out for where it sort of gets big. Because I'm using headphones, I tend to sort of visualize the space that I'm trying to pitch it, sort of get it to. And I don't know how to explain that, but it works. Now, a good thing to do when you go ahead and start making such drastic changes, like this is drastic. Like I've done worse than this, but this is drastic. The best thing to do is to drop your gain. See, right here feels very wide. It feels thin, but it feels very wide, like being pushed out a lot, so that's what I want. And this part here feels like it enhances the delay, but it's sort of like more in the middle parts of the stereo image, which that's what I want too. So I think minor adjustment here. I'm not going to fool around with the low end just yet, but the effect that I'm going for, a little bit of compression on it, just to make sure the envelope opens just so it's pretty much, I want it to happen immediately. I'm not sure it isn't released yet, but I want it to be quite smooth. To here, and to keep on there. Let's listen to RMS, and I want to high pass the signal from about here to 370. Let's try that here first. Set this to 12, and I'll just have 0 gain. So I want to see how it goes into the compressor. I'll adjust the volume, and then I'll adjust the gain. The ramp that I'm going for should be about a 4.8 to 1. And we'll check the output, and if it needs to, we'll put some clip to brighten it a little bit. If not, we'll just keep it off. Put the limiter on, and I'll just watch the gain here and adjust the release. That's basically how it works. so you can sort of understand what I'm going for. Really need to mute these chords. Just quickly, I think I might let's take that off. Just quickly, I'm going to color code some stuff because I keep making a mistake where I should or should not solo. So I'm going to color code these and put them as yellow, sign it bright, nearing my face, and I know that's the top. I don't want to go beyond that because all this stuff up here is just audio. Easily drag it down to the bottom, but I just choose to do it this way. And the reason I'm keeping these green is so I know they're synth. Everything else is blue is in audio, except for these, which they were bounced out as a. The reason they went this color is because of I kept the effects, so I doubled the effects. But wait, change that. We just do go like this. Which I think the color is that. Okay. So you can sort of get the effect that I'm going for. Okay, let's just find a space for that. I'm just going to do a little trick here. So after another way to make sure your stereo image is being translated quite well, you want to grab one of these. Sorry, you want to sample the audio. Put it in stereo, you don't need dual minor. Because we're already using this as a mono, stereo plugin. Now, what I like to do is, if it's still slightly off and I've mixed it, I've tried to put it the best it can in space, maybe it's a timing issue. So there's two ways to do it. Either one, you link left and right and just put it out of time just a little bit. Or you can find where it sort of sits best, de-link it, and then choose a channel and take it away and have that channel, play exactly in time. That gives you, it's or it's 93 milliseconds. Like it's a fraction of time. Then it just adds to your space, like puts things into a different area. You can do the same thing with percussion. A lot of people, they don't have their snares hit exactly on the beat as where they have their claps and all their other stuff. Like I usually put my snare dead center. I don't affect it because I like having a snare being the main focus, not clap. A clap, I'll use a sample delay. As you can see here, I'll play it with just, so this is a snare, right? Okay, so there's 1,000 different ways you can do it. You just got to find your way and the way that works. The same with these. Sometimes I pan them. You know, that's putting in the whole stereo image direction, you know, towards the left, or if you spin around and you'll listen to it, the other way. Then rides. I don't do a traditional drum kit, so I sort of like to have it pan left and right like a shutter. Okay, there is a lot more percussion. Show you some here. So there's a hi-hat as well, which is pointed more to towards the rides. It's also a hi-hat that sits dead center. And then there's some hi-hat hits. Or some just some hits, sorry. Which actually, now that I see it, this should be 9 that way, and this should be about 5 that way. That's more balanced. Okay, so that's like some percussion changes, if you will. But given the fact that I've bounced most of this stuff out as audio, it's freed up a hell of a lot of runtime, if you will. But there's still bits and pieces that, like these pieces here, that are still running. I might actually just turn all the stuff off that's not really going right now, which will also turn that off and that. Those I didn't even use. I have Captain Chords and I have Captain Melody. Captain Chords, I used a couple of times. I saved all those chords, but these chords I wrote myself. Being 100% honest, they were made on the fly. I don't even know if I recorded them into a live stream, but yeah, the chords that are going. Where's Captain Chords? There we go. I can't. The chords that are here. This is totally different chords. I think I used basically the same idea that I had here as the 4 chord, and then after that I changed the whole thing. No, I don't want to update. It's a good plugin. It helps, but sometimes you need to make things on the fly. You can't just go off algorithms. You know, you gotta be you. Nobody else can be you. So yeah. We'll have maybe have a quick coffee break. I'll keep the live stream going, and then might play through the track what I've got so far. Let me know if you guys are a fan of the track, or whatever you want me to make make something different next time, because this track is nearly done, and I'll probably send this to a mastering studio. Not sure which one, but I might get some advice off my buddies on Instagram, or if you think it's label worthy, also let me know. And if you are a label and you think it's label worthy, also let me know. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's Nick, or Nick 3, okay. Cheers, buddy. Just checking my Instagram. See how this is going. Cool. Alright, so let's check this live stream. It's still going. Beautiful. I've clipped a bit. That's not nice.
We exist in a state of constant flux and vibration. Even to the smallest atoms, sound waves are distorted as they clash in a paradox.
Oh, sorry guys. Still tends to be a bitch. Probably because I was playing with the project, but yeah, I'll kick it off again.
Are distorted as they clash in a paradox. We exist in a state of constant flux and vibration. Even to the smallest atoms, sound waves are distorted as they clash in a paradox. These waves ripple across each other to cause an audible frequency referred to as noise.
So yeah, sorry to have it loop so much. I was sort of in a train of thought there. Also, the whole way through, I think the most part that is the loudest is probably just here. It has the least amount of dynamic range, so to me that says that that's going to be the loudest part, which I'm not sad about. It's a good thing because it's my voice that I'm trying to push out. It's the message that I want to push out. It's a lot that I've got to push out to people because I've got a lot to say. So with this point, 2 seconds I'll pause the stream.